got two questions for you. Do you like first-person shooters? And do you like killing zombies? If your answer is yes to one or both of them, then have I got the game for you? If your answer was to no both of them, then you probably shouldn't be watching this video. Hello, hope you've all had a terrific day, and welcome to Pandemic. Secure, contain, protect. Now this is a early release game, which I think is absolutely fantastic, and I've been playing it quite a few times and sort of getting to grips with the controls, and it's quite addictive, to be honest. It's just amazing how the developers have made it, to be honest. I know with regards to the name, we have literally come out of a pandemic about 2 years ago, so it is kind of a little bit late, but that's actually when they started developing it, in 2020. So it was kind of spot on, really. But I just wanted to show you some of the gameplay of this game, and if you enjoy it, I would highly recommend going and sort of showing your support by purchasing it and giving it a go yourself, because some of these levels so far are 1 to 4 players, 1 to 8 players, and some of them can go up to 14, depending on what sort of play role you do. So there is a versus mode, there is a wave survival, and there is a mission sort of levels as well. At the moment, there seems to be a raid on Area 12 and a hunt outpost Axiom. Both of these are really quite good. I personally prefer the raid on Area 21 because that's more of the zombie infected side of it, whereas the outpost Axiom is more armed guards and combatants, which me personally I think is a little bit harder, but it's still enjoyable. I think I just suck at the game a little bit too much at the moment to be any good at that. So I just want to get straight into it, show you a bit of gameplay, and if you really enjoy it, then I potentially will probably do a bit more on it, or if you just want to try it out yourself, and I'll show you raid on Area 21, Area 12. Let's go. Alright, so basically what this game is about is we've got to run around, do objectives, and survive against all the zombies. So what we do is we just show you some of the basics to this game, which I think is absolutely brilliant on how they've done it, because they are constantly updating this as well. And every time I've come back to it, there's always something that's been newly added, or they've actually added extra bits to it. Like the last time I played it was around, I think one of the times was Halloween, and they'd added like pumpkin heads to most of the enemies, or they made some of them wear like party hats and stuff like that, and they just keep adding little things that just make it quite funny. Even some of the messages that you get when you leave the game or go back to the menu, and every so often it'll just be like, take a break, go outside, and stuff like that. So it's just kind of funny in a way, and it just means that they've got a sense of humour, which I really like. I really enjoy that. But let's get back to gameplay. So every so often you have to go around and unlock doors. There's a door back there with a code I will show you, but sometimes the codes are in different positions as well, so it's not always in the same place, so you've got to look around a bit more. So with this one I don't think changes every time. It's just a little tutorial on some of the buttons. So here is the code, so 0451, and anywhere with a green light means it's accessible and you can go through. Anywhere with a red light, you have to find out a way to unlock it or progress further to come back on yourself to be able to go into there. Like, we've just got that code, and this is where we are required to put it in. So 0451. And then it turns green, so you can access it. And you just have to go around various places and look at all the dead bodies and figure out what the scenarios are and how to get around that particular area. So like here, even though that was a red door, you have to go up to it and activate certain things. And then it allows you to come in. Like this. You just activate that, and that turns the switches on. And that also opens up one other door over here. So you basically get the gist of how this game works. And it's really quite cool, some of the mechanics, because you get the lean like most of the other games that are out at the moment that are first-person shooters. You do get to change your weapons as well, but at the moment they are very few and far between. So once you've got a weapon, then you've got to try and keep it and conserve your ammo. Because if you look in the bottom right, we've got a little ammo clip. So if I was to fire and then reload, the remaining bullets in that magazine still stay as the remaining bullets until you get sort of like an ammo box or something like that to be able to replenish them. So if you have one bullet left or two bullets left in the magazine and you reload to a different magazine, when it finally comes back to that one, you eventually will have to only have two bullets in that one. And it's all about management. It's all about management. And a bit later on, there are certain enemies that are extremely, extremely tough, and I have absolutely no idea how to kill, if they are killable, or anything like that. And if anybody's ever played this one and figured that out, then I'd like to know, because I don't think anyone has. You'll soon see what I mean and by who I mean when we get around to it. So anyway, I've prattled on about this game now, so let's just go ahead and play it. There's all the zombies, as you can see. There's quite a few of them. And it's probably designed for multiple people, because when you're single-handedly doing it, it's not bad, but it is still a little bit difficult. Still enjoyable because it's doable, but you just have to be a bit more tactical when you're on your own. Right, so let's actually go down and show you some of the zombies. And another thing as well. Every so often, I didn't know this as well because it tells you a bit later on, but last time I saw one of these. And they don't tell you until later on what to do with these, so if you see any short-circuiting, you shoot them, and then it opens anything else up. And then this, something like this happens. But this normally, I don't know if this is just a secret, just that they've put in for the early access part of it, or if they're going to keep this in, but it's just stuff like this that just makes it funny and just makes it know that the developers have a bit of a sense of humour. And it's just fun. It's just fun to see. Because why would you have that in there? You can even kill them if you want to. Or you can just let them dance forever. They are technically enemies, so they will kill you when you see them other than this area. So if you see them and you think, oh, they're dancing, no, they're not. They're not friendly. But yeah. So this is going to be the room where all of those creatures are. There you go. Sometimes they scare the shit out of me. And it's going to be a little bit difficult because they do hurt when they hit you. So you have to be management. Like that. I've taken a bit of health. And that was from one hit. So you have to be a bit management and cautious about your health. So normally headshots do tend to hurt them quite well. But sometimes it does take a couple. So, great. So, yeah, now that they've seen me, they're probably going to come at me. Yeah. So, headshots. So, yeah, you got to try and conserve your ammo and sort of hit them in the head if you can. As I say, I'm not the best at this game, but I think it's just absolutely fantastic, and I just had to show it off. You don't have to run around with your gun as well. You can also put it down, which is a pretty cool feature. So you can just walk around with it lowered. Damn, I'm getting hurt quite badly. Right, so... And you've also got to time your reloads quite well. Because as I say, if you reload and they run at you, it doesn't reload quick enough. But normally that's probably about the number of zombies there are. If there is any more, we can pick them off. But the good thing is, you can heal as well. You can't take any medipacks with you, so you have to do them as and when you find them. So as soon as you find one and you've lost health, just take it. Just take it. Right. So let's have a little more explore around. There you go, yeah. So this is not normally here. Last time and the time before, it was out in the big area. So 9100. And because I have done this quite a few times, I know exactly where to go for this first beginning bit. So it's 9100. And there you go. So this is another bit where this is... You get another weapon, basically. And this helps out a lot. But they've added that. I don't think that was there last time. I think that was ammo. So there is that. Yeah, they come up from there. You can change your firing mode. Because at the moment I've got it in single shot. Or every single machine gun goes to single shot. Or you can set it to fully automatic, or some guns have the burst fire. I personally prefer the automatic because I like to spray and pray. Or pray and spray, or however you say that. And for me, it works. So ideally, what we need to do is go into there, because if you look at the top left, there is what we have to do, the objectives. And you can follow the lines. They never used to go green. They used to stay red in the previous one, so that's updated. And as I say, because they update quite regularly, it's always quite different every time I play it. And that's how that one, I know that we've accessed that one, which was the room we just went in. So that one, you can follow that round and show where it's going, so you have to unlock the objective in there. But I know where else to go, and other rooms and other places to go. I know there's one in here. There's a bastard in here that hides around the corner. There he is. He caught me out. First time. Nearly died. Second time, I knew he was there, but I missed quite often. And so now I know pretty much where most enemies are. So in here is normally where one of the other ones are. Oh god. Yeah. This is what happens. As I say, I didn't I didn't reload quick enough, and I started getting hurt again. And yeah, so if you want to just enjoy the gameplay now, then by all means. just sit back, relax, and watch me play. I'll probably comment on a few things as we go, so you can get a bit of an understanding on what else there is. I do need a bit of a first aid there. Yeah, and apparently you can drink from these as well. I don't know how or when or how, but yeah, there's no soda cans. Yeah, what I'll do is I'll get to a certain point and then we'll leave it there, because I don't want to play the whole game for you with this one unless you guys really want me to. And if you want to try it out yourself and play the rest of it, then by all means, go for it. But I'll get to a certain point that I know is kind of a good place to stop. Right, so let's crack on and through here. And this is normally where you find your first gun. So it's probably the same, to be fair. Yeah, it's exactly the same gun. Like that. That's ammo in there, but that should be a box that opens, but it's not. So, as I say, it's early access. It's early access. And those are little ammo boxes as well, so sometimes you see big boxes which fill you fully, and I think the small ones refill certain amount. And stuff like that. So let's go into this area. And there is some that jump down. Yep, I know about that one. And it's also good to know where the ammo's boxes are kept. So if you're thinking, oh god, I need to go back and get some ammo, you can always run back to the certain area. Like when I start going through here and I think I'm running out, I'll have to just run back in there, grab some ammo, and then I can go back in. And this code, yeah. So you got to find codes to unlock certain ones of these as well, like little lockers, and they normally contain better guns or other guns or ammo or health or whatever else. So if you do look out for those and keep an eye out for those, then that's always going to be beneficial. There's a few throughout the levels. And there you go. This is the first time that you actually see them, because you have to do that to unlock this door to be able to progress. But I think that other one was just bonus. And sometimes you hear them, but you don't necessarily know where they're coming from. But I know that there is one over there. As you can see, he's right. And he's going to be coming up now. Is he not? Ah, yeah, lovely. Good thing is, you can shoot through certain materials. Shot through a cloth to get to him, which is good. Best way to play this, get a group of friends. And then, oh god, quickly. Yeah, best way to play this, get a group of 4 and just have fun with it. Just have fun with it. Because it's just enjoyable, it really is. And yeah, so just have a little look around, because they've pretty much got better weapons every so often. I think this is a lot better than the one I previously had, this little handgun. And you can scroll between your weapons, which is even better. Yep, so you gotta shoot them, go through. And as before, we're gonna have a whole load of them coming at us. They normally come through that little area. There we are. Lovely. So let's head back. Ah, yes. And sometimes they aren't sparking, but they can unlock certain things. Like that one there. If I was to shoot that now, that's going to unlock there. And that also, for some reason, unlocks something over here. Not really sure what it is or why, but it unlocks it. And once you have expended your ammo clip, as you can see by the bottom right, oh, well, not now, you can't. But if you see by the bottom right now, I've now only got 4. And then once I expend those ones, they will disappear. And then it will start flashing red. The shotgun, I don't really like the shotgun in this game. Because it doesn't do as much damage, and sometimes you have to use 2 shots against some of these enemies. I prefer the machine guns, to be honest. I personally prefer them, and think they are a lot better. But anyway, right, let's go back up. Let's go through the offices. And I don't think there's any collectibles at the moment, if there is any. Not that I've found, anyway. There we are. I've killed most of the enemies in this area. And as you can see, I've now managed to get back to my... You've got like 3 bullets left in your gun. Sort of magazine. So 8781, and that is for that locker. So 8781. Uh, 8781. Yep, so that gives us the, I think it's the UMP. Yep, UMP 45. Which either gun is just as good. So yeah. Once you do take them as well, I think at the moment they still stay there, so somebody else can take them, because if you're up to 4 people, you can all take the same weapon. Whether or not that's by the design, or if they want to keep it like that for now, I'm not too sure, or if somebody takes it, then it disappears until you find another weapon, which there is plenty of them to go around, so one person can take it, be the lead, until you find the rest of them. But whether or not that's what they're going to do, or they're just going to keep it where all 4 of you can pick up the same weapon, either way, it's still going to be enjoyable and still works. And this part is absolutely amazing, because you can have so many attachments for your weapons. So you can have suppressors, and you actually see the visible change on the weapon. You can have the aim points, or sort of like scopes, and you can... I personally don't really have a preference for which one is better. I do like the holographic, because it's like a red dot sight. I do prefer... I think it's just a normal suppressor. Grip, I'm not really sure which grip. It's probably that one that I prefer the most. And then you can have like a laser pointer or a flashlight on there, but you don't really need them because they do interfere. If you've got the laser pointer, they do interfere. Let's just say that. And then when you zoom in, it's like a red dot with the laser pointer, and it kind of looks a bit weird, so I don't really like having that on. So I prefer having nothing, and the flashlight kind of stops the holographic sort of side working of it. But you can customize it how you want. You can do your pistols as well. So you can do sort of compensator to make it a little bit like less recoil. You can have a laser pointer on that one because you don't really have a sight. Then at least that one you can tell where you're aiming. So if you're just gonna shoot pretty accurately with that. And it's quite enjoyable as well because you may run into occasional optional quests. Which, for this one, I'm a little bit unsure where or what to do with this one. Because you've got a little box there, and it says, pick up Dave from the crate. He's glad you found him. And you can see by his little smiley face. And the quest is basically find his family, find Dave's wife, and find Dave's children. I don't know where to look for that. I've looked everywhere that we previously went, and I can't seem to find him. I've been further in on the game, and I don't know where to look for him, or look for them, or find them anywhere. So I'm very unsure how and where to go for that one. It probably means that you carry on till the very end and then you find them, bring them back as you have to escape. Haven't quite completed it yet because unfortunately there is no save. So it's once you're in the level, you have to play all the way through or until you die completely. And it's kind of good that you have to do that. But I personally sometimes have to sort of head out or have to do other things. So I have to sort of stop. But I get so far and then I have to stop. And then I have to do the whole lot again. Hence why I've done this beginning part multiple times. And what I'll do is I think I'll leave it there. Because this is a good point to stop. Because by the time we come down here, it's practically a whole new part of the level. And you can also go for night vision as well. There's quite a few added extras to this game. So this has been Pandemic. I think it's absolutely fantastic. I think you should go port to the developers of this. Go try it out yourself. Grab a load of friends or grab a couple of friends and play it. If you don't want to play it with your friends, just play it solo. Then by all means, it's still doable. It's just you have to be a bit more tactical and you have to manage your bullets and your health and everything else yourself a bit more. So, hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, leave a like. Consider hitting that subscribe button if you really did enjoy. And remember, always drink tea, enjoy life, and have fun. Go try it, go enjoy, have fun. Alright, bye bye.